Hey, welcome to Iron and Lime. This is Drew. The Rogue Ohio bar is probably the most copied barbell in the fitness industry. There are thousands of Ohio bar reviews out there, so I'm not going to just review the bar. What I'm going to do here is try to answer the question that everybody actually has when they're choosing between the non-economy finishes, the zinc and the E-coat, right? Cerakote or stainless steel. On paper, it looks pretty simple. One gives you color and pop, the other gives you stainless steel. So today we're breaking down what actually matters, what doesn't, and what version I think makes the most sense for home gym owners. Let's get into it. All right, what they share. So before we get into the differences here, we're going to start with what these bars actually share, because underneath the finish, they're fundamentally the same bar. So both are 20 kilograms, about 44 pounds, 28.5 millimeter shaft, dual knurl marks. They have bronze bushings with no play on the sleeves. There's medium knurl pattern. It's machined and assembled in Columbus, Ohio. And then if this thing ever bends, it is a lifetime warranty. And Rogue does back their products up and have great customer service. This is not a bar versus bar conversation. This is two excellent barbells and just deciding what one makes the most sense for your needs. All right, so when we talk about the Cerakote Ohio barbell, it's not cheap. It's $410 shipped, so it's a sizable investment, but arguably one of the best investments you can make. Cerakote originally came from the firearms industry. It's a ceramic-based coating designed to resist corrosion and wear. Honestly, for most garage gyms, it's probably enough. If your gym isn't sitting directly on the surface of the sun or inside of a swamp, Cerakote holds up really well. In the military, we use them on a lot of our weapon systems, and they work great. The biggest reason people buy this version is simple. It looks good. It matches your color. And Rogue offers a ton of options. The aesthetics in a gym can matter a lot to people. And the Cerakote Ohio bar is one of the things you can do to really make that bar pop. So with the knurl feel, yes, Cerakote is a coating which is always going to disconnect you a little bit from the true knurl feel. There is a layer between your hands and the bar, and you can feel the difference, right? After using the Ohio stainless steel bar, the knurl on the Cerakote one does feel passive. But the reality is, if you weren't comparing them side by side, you probably wouldn't care. So the knurl still feels like an Ohio bar. It still has the balance and the medium grip that Rogue is known for. It's just not on the level of the stainless steel. But that's okay. So when we talk about durability, I want to give more than just the rating number, because F-scale is actually worth understanding if you're investing this much money on a barbell. Rogue spent over $2 million for testing, research, and development to figure out how to make their bars the most durable bars on the market. They strapped strain gauges to barbell shafts, they dropped bars hundreds of thousands of times with different weights, and they figured out exactly what stresses out the bar the most. The answer is not heavy weight, it's unsupported ends of the sleeves whipping downward after the plates hit the ground. So if we think about that for a second, a 135-pound barbell that's dropped 150,000 times a year maybe does more damage than a 1,000-pound deadlift. The weight isn't the problem, the drop is. And that's what Rogue Science pulled out of that. So from the data, Rogue built a 4-point bend test that simulates this stress in a lab in a controlled environment. F1 is the baseline, right? So we have a 28 millimeter bar being dropped 35,000 times. Every number up from there is a multiple of that. So F2 is twice as durable. F8 is 8 times as durable. The RWH is Rogue work hardening, and that's applied. It's a process that strengthens the steel below the surface. So Rogue does a lot of scientific development to ensure these barbells are high quality. Another thing that's interesting is Rogue also found out through testing that chrome is actually bad for the shaft of a barbell, but it's great for sleeves. So it hurts shaft durability in drop testing, and that's why they've moved on from chrome bars. So just keep that in mind when you see some companies that are giving chrome bars. It is cheaper and it is a pretty looking coating, but can cost you in the durability aspect if that matters. So the Cerakote Ohio bar is rated at F8R, so 8 times more durable than the baseline. Rogue translates that to 16 years of high volume CrossFit use, dropping bars 150,000 times a year. In a home gym, this bar will outlast your lifting career. There's absolutely no reason you can't pass this on to your children. Tensile strength for the Cerakote is also 190,000 psi, so it's more than enough for anything that a human is going to lift. And then maintenance is easy. Put some oil in the bushings, make sure you wipe it down. Don't use heavy steel brushes. You know, there's some nylon brushes that you can go, and they're fantastic. All right, so moving on to the stainless steel Ohio bar. This starts at $432 shipped with chrome sleeves and $540 shipped with the stainless sleeves, which is the version that we have here. So this is where things really start to separate, right? The stainless steel shaft has no coating. That's the whole point. You feel exactly what the machine steel is supposed to feel like. It's stainless, so it's never going to corrode. It's never going to chip away. And, you know, the first time that I trained with the stainless steel Ohio bar, I noticed immediately how much more solid the knurl feel was. The spin, the whip, that was all kind of similar, but the knurl feels so much more connected. Once your hands are sweaty, once you have a Cerakote bar and a stainless steel bar on the wall and you always reach for the stainless steel and you're not quite sure why, it's very hard to go back to a Cerakote once you've trained consistently on the stainless steel. The feel's just better, and I rarely will ever choose the Cerakote over the stainless steel now. When we talk about corrosion, the resistance is excellent. It's basically the gold standard for garage gym barbells. Humidity, no climate control, south during summer, outside even. Stainless steel exists for exactly that. When we talk about durability, it's the same F-scale test, right? That multiple that we talked about. And this is where the gap is just, it sounds made up, honestly. The stainless steel Ohio bar is rated at F100R. So here's the detail that tells you everything you need to know. Rogue's engineers could not get the stainless steel Rogue work hardening samples to fail in testing. They ran the tests repeatedly, the bar didn't fail. So F100R is the floor for the stainless steel bar. So the durability exceeded what the lab could even measure, which is absolutely insane and 100% not something that a home gym has to worry about. But here's the important thing. Don't misinterpret what that means. Nobody buys a stainless steel bar because the Cerakote isn't durable enough. They buy it because the stainless steel feels so premium, and when you use them back to back, there is no contest. That's the real reason. It's just a plus that it'll outlast your great-grandchildren. But it's still not a bad reason. Maintenance is super minimal. Nylon brush only. Don't use a steel brush on stainless steel either. You will scratch it up, and it will leave contamination behind. And scratches and contamination can lead to some issues on the surface, right? So nylon brush, that's all you need. All right, so let's do the kind of direct comparison, right? When we talk about Cerakote, we have $410 shipped, lots of color options, excellent corrosion resistance, excellent durability, and kind of more of a passive knurl feel because there is a layer between your hands and the bar. When we talk about stainless, right, we have $432 shipped with the chrome, and we have $540 shipped with the stainless. The only reason I suffered and bought that is because this is literally the barbell I will have and will pass down to my kids someday, and I'll never get rid of it. It's got the best knurl feel, it's the best corrosion resistance, and it's ridiculous durability, unmatched. And it's a premium feel every time you pick it up. It also looks really good, especially next to other bars. Bronze bushings, and then a lifetime warranty on the bar for bending as well. Honestly, this is where the decision kind of becomes a little bit easier. All right, so my honest recommendation, if you're going to buy one barbell to do everything, I genuinely think the stainless steel Ohio bar with chrome sleeves is probably the sweet spot. It's $432 shipped, so you're paying $22 more than the Cerakote. $22. At that point, you get stainless steel on the bar, and that's the part that matters. The shaft. The feel is better, the corrosion resistance is better, and long term it's probably the version that most people wish they would have bought. Now if you want the full stainless setup with the stainless sleeves like I have here, the extra money is mostly buying durability, maximum corrosion resistance. If you live near the coast, humid garage, if you just want the nicest bar possible, go for it. I wouldn't buy this bar if I was outfitting like a commercial gym where people are going to throw it around. I take very good care of these bars because I invest a lot of my own money and I don't have a ton of money, so I try to make sure that I invest well. But I love the stainless steel bar. I love the stainless steel sleeves. And I definitely know when I was going to buy my power bar, my Ohio power bar, I was going to do nothing but stainless and stainless because that's what I had done with the Ohio bar, and it has been the best decision. I also want to say clearly, don't let the F ratings scare you away from Cerakote. F8R is already overkill for most home gyms. The Cerakote Ohio bar is still an excellent barbell. It's durable, reliable, and it's good enough to become your forever bar. And if color matters to you, it's honestly a great choice. There's really no way to go wrong with either one of these. But if you are going to buy once and cry once, which I typically recommend, the stainless steel Ohio bar or the stainless steel Ohio power bar are probably the way to go. So links to both are in the description. Affiliate links through Rogue. Doesn't cost you anything extra if you use one of the affiliate links, but it does help the channel and it lets me keep making videos. So if this helped, please hit subscribe, drop a comment. I love to engage and hear what people think. Let me know which bar you went with or which you would go with, and let me know your thoughts. So either way, both of these bars are great, and they're good enough to become the last Ohio bar you'll ever buy. If buying fitness equipment works for you, I seem to always find a reason to buy more of it. But either way, this is Drew with Iron and Lime Fitness. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.